I've been witness to and also part of discussions about whether something is real or fake, or whether it can be half real and half fake. Because people are saying, the car is real, so therefore there's some realness in the fake. But just to remove all that, they are either real or they are fake. So from the planning stage is what I mean, and execution and the script being written. But so what I've done is I've just got down there a list of criteria. Now this is just work that I've done. I've actually plagiarised a lot of it. I'm not less than the idiom. Oh, look what I've done, you're all idiots. I've actually plagiarised a lot of other truthers' information and discussions on these topics to come up with this. This is just my way of trying to graphically illustrate it and just try and clear it up. Well, for myself anyway, and hopefully it clears it up for other people as well. So I've just got some criteria down the side as to what would determine if something is real or fake. So we'll just get into it. So real is where, something happens without being staged, obviously. Now, with fake, it's been staged by, certain entities. Now, there's two categories of fake. There is the false flag or the hoax. Now, the false flag is where that comes from, and I've got this off Ollie Damagard, one of the sources that I've plagiarised, and he explains in one of his videos that it comes from old naval days where they would put a flag of a country on one of their ships, and they would send that ship in to blow something up or do something bad, and then they would then falsely blame that country based on the flag on the ship, even though it's not their ship. So that's where false flag comes from, and it's designed to go after somebody and to blame somebody for something so you can then attack them. Whereas a hoax is purely for so you're not trying to blame anybody. You purely want some negative outcomes for the populace. So let's just get into this. So the public targeted. So is the public targeted? I've got yes for real, but only because of that never let a good crisis go to waste. And the problem is there's not enough real events, so therefore they then create the fake events. Otherwise they wouldn't have to if it was actually real. And that would even justify, I guess, their solutions. But they want, disproportionate solutions, therefore they have to fake them. But there are some very rare, there will be a real event, but most of them are fake. So public targeted under a false flag. Yes, they will for surveillance, detention laws, all that sort of thing, shoot to kill, and same as a hoax. Now, proven deaths or injuries. Now, of course, it's real. Yes. What I mean by proven is, you can see that they've died either through some kind of evidence or what have you. And false flag, yeah, they will kill people, and because the whole reason is to go after somebody. So you need to have people dying. I was about to say it needs to be real, but it's not real. It's still fake under false flag. But you need people to die to then have a real justification to then go after the country or the individual group or whoever they're after. And of course, you've got their hoax. Now, no, there's no one dies in a hoax. So that's pretty clear to everyone. There's no need to kill anybody because you're not looking to blame somebody. All you want is the public targeted. So there's no need to kill anybody. Now, fake deaths or injuries. So with real, there's no fake deaths. With false flag, okay, they may fake some deaths as well as killing people. If there's a specific agenda that they want, that they can't kill them in the right way, they will fake some injuries and deaths. But that's open. And hoax, yes, they're all faked. They're all faked and they're all injured, and everyone just gets up and gets on a bus and takes off the fake bandages and goes home. So, false perpetrator prosecuted in court, or otherwise. So, obviously, in real, there's no false perpetrator. So, obviously, no, the real perpetrator gets prosecuted. Not if they catch them. Now, under false flag, yes, that's the whole purpose of the false flag. You want to prosecute them. Now, I've got caught or otherwise because you remember 9/11, they just went after Osama bin Laden and the Taliban and Muslims in general. All those countries are just still going on with it. Obviously, we can see that. So that's without a court, but they're still they found them guilty and have in essence prosecuted them. Now, in a hoax, now they don't prosecute the false perpetrator because they can't, because no one has died, there's no proven deaths, there's no nothing, so they can't actually prosecute them, but they'll deal with it in a different way, which I'll get to next. False perpetrator eliminated. Now, I've got killed there, but I don't mean killed as in, prosecuted, we're going after them and punishing them. I mean, killed is, for convenience and mental health. And obviously, with real, there's no false perpetrator. With a false flag, that's open. They may still do that, but generally, the purpose is to prosecute somebody. And a false flag, like I said, is to go after somebody in a legal and what they say is legal, even though it's fake. But they're trying to use legal justification as they do in the Middle East. Now, under a hoax, this is how they take care of the perpetrator. Now, they can either say they're killed and fake it and then let them live, or they can actually probably, much to the person that doesn't realise they've been double crossed, they may actually kill them, which may have happened to the Sisto 2 or the Burke Street 2 guy that supposedly stabbed Sisto. Yeah, he may have just been told, look, just act it out, and we can send you somewhere, give you some money, change your ID, or they may have actually killed him. So all for mental health. Now they haven't, where they don't, show that they've been killed or died from whatever by accident for convenience, and they will, as in ISIS can't in particular with the mental health, they're definitely going to go down that path with ISIS. They went through the motions of trying to make out like they're going to go to court, but then, magically they then reverted back to the mental health. So that's how they get rid of the false perpetrator under the hoax, because they can't actually put them through and convict them. As I mentioned in some other videos, they're a bit precious about their courts. They want to protect those courts and their processes to go after us. They don't want to compromise them while they're staging all these false flags and hoaxes. All right, so hero rewarded financially. Obviously, we all know false flag. Well, there's no real heroes, I guess, because it's all part of that they're going after them. Any kind of backlash is reactive to the false flag. So I suppose they're saying it's lawful and we need to do it. So there's no heroes there really. But with a hoax, they like to have a hero. And the hero will be rewarded financially with a hoax. Well, yes, definitely they will reward them financially. Now, here we go. Victims compensated by government. This is another, to me, is an indication of, real fake or false flag or hoax. So real, yes, victims will get compensated. And a false flag, because it's a false flag and they've made out like it's all legal and what they've done and people have died, then yes, they will get compensated by the government. Not a GoFundMe page or anything, but actual they may get that as well. But the compensated by the government, they will. Now with a hoax, they won't. Now if you remember Wayne Greenhalgh from Minto, I'll get to him in a minute. He only had the ACA fundraiser for him. Remember that? But he could have got $50,000 if he was a real victim of crime, but because it was a hoax, he couldn't do it. So because no one's actually died or that, they won't dip into the government's, official money to do that. So, look, I'm going to get on to Burke Street one. That's a peculiar one. But so if you're thinking of that at the moment, then, I'm going to get to that. So here's the 9/11 example when I apply the matrix to this one. Now, it's a false flag I've got there, as we all know. And the public targeted, yes, the Americans were hit with the Patriot Act, Homeland Security, TSA. By the way, other countries now, their modus operandi is to stage it in one country and then go, oh, well, that must be going to happen here, and bring in laws all over the world. So that way they don't have to do each of these false flags or hoaxes in each country. They can just do it in one country, as we've seen. So proven deaths and injuries, yes, the 3,000 people died in 9/11. People can confirm that. They're no longer living with them. So faked deaths or injuries, it's open, but look, not likely. So false perpetrator prosecuted, yes, we know that there was no court ruling, but the ongoing war constituted the prosecution. The false perpetrator eliminated. Okay, look, Osama bin Laden, I shouldn't really apply it to here. It's really under the prosecuted. Now, look, he was dead, declared killed, same sort of thing, but some people say that he wasn't actually killed. Now, false flag, hero lauded, or no, there's no heroes there. Victims compensated by government. Yes, the victims of the family did receive compensation. So that ticks the boxes for a false flag. And Minto, now this ticks the boxes for a hoax. So public targeted, yes, that was indefinite detention laws introduced by Brandis. So yes. Proven deaths, injuries during event. Well, no, because the blood was just faked. The running scene. There's no video of the stabbing. So there's no proof that anyone was injured. So faked deaths, like see above. Yes, they were faked injuries. And false perpetrator prosecuted. Look, hasn't been prosecuted, and after the last mention, it looks like it's going to be the peer's over. I think that was where that got declared as mental health. I didn't go, so I'm not going to those ones anymore after a certain incident. But yeah, there's guesswork on that. But he's going to go. He hasn't been prosecuted. They had the chance to prosecute him, and they wouldn't. So the no stands up there. So false perpetrator eliminated. Okay, well, I think he's going to be deemed mentally unfit. So in effect, he's been eliminated, like out of the public sphere. Although they could still, he could still commit suicide in jail, couldn't he? So that's a tick yes for there. And hero lauded and rewarded financially. Yeah, well, Sevi received a new Ford. So yes, under hoax. And victims compensated by government. Okay, look, no, because the fundraiser, as I just mentioned, for Wayne Greenough, that was by ACA and other private donations. There was no actual government compensation, legally kind of documented compensation for him because he wasn't actually injured. Now, here's Sisto, or Burke Street 2. I've just got Sisto there because I can't remember the terrorist's name. But this is a hoax. Now, Sisto's dead, but as I assert, and a lot of other people do, he didn't die in this scene. So, sure, he's dead, but he wasn't a part of the actual terror event, even though they said he was. So it comes in under as a hoax. Public targeted. Look, I've got Smincing current laws. It's another real and ongoing, but Melbourneites, I haven't been following all their laws lately, so you may know of extra laws that have been brought in, so yes. Proven death injuries, no, because there's no video of the stabbing. Sisto's dead, but I think of other causes. Faked death injuries. Look, Shardy's wound, if you watch Woodrow's, looks pretty dodgy. You could easily just put a bit of makeup on there. So I'd say yes. False perpetrator prosecuted. No, he's not, because he's dead. Now, he may, as I mentioned, either died at the scene. Died at the scene or in hospital, actually. Sorry, I got that wrong there. But yes, he's certainly been eliminated one way or another. Either, he's off living, the high life somewhere under a different identity, or they've killed him. But he didn't. So he has been eliminated. Now, hero lauded and rewarded. Well, yes, the Trolley Man's GoFundMe page, we've seen that. And victims compensated by the government. Well, there's been no mention of compensation official for Sisto's family. Now, I haven't seen it, so maybe I've just missed it because Victoria has their own news sometimes that we don't get up here. So I'm going to say no because I haven't seen it. So that's where I'm going to end this video. I'm going to do the Burke Street 1, Jimmy G, and because this is a bit controversial, what I think's happened or has been. I've had a few barneys with people, so I'm not going to get into that in this video. I'm going to do that separately, but I just wanted to show people this matrix that I guess anyone that I've plagiarized from has helped put together, and I've just applied it to a couple of scenarios that show that are examples of false flags and hoaxes. All right, that's it.